Okay, what do you think? Think we should make some Christmas candy today? Let's do it. Hey everybody. Okay, now I did a candy for Christmas a couple years ago now. But the one I'm going to do, well, both of them actually are worth doing again, especially for my new subscribers. This is a package candy mold, and this is from the confectionery house. And if you can see, I don't know how well you can see because it's clear, but they have two different sized packages, here and here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I am going to make a few of these and to put in little candy cups. But the one that I really am focusing on, I found this, like I said, it was a couple years ago. And I think, if I remember right, it was at Michael's, I think. And I really, honestly can't remember. But these are Santa Claus mustaches, okay? Now, at first I thought, well, I think that this is just a regular mustache candy mold, because they have them, right? Well, this is from Hobby Lobby. They are not the same. Clearly, they are different. First of all, if you look at this one, kind of looks like the old, oh, you know, the barbershop quartet type. That's what this reminds me of, which is still adorable. But if you see, it kind of just goes, to me, it almost looks like hair that's parted in the middle. Well, it is hair parted in the middle. But anyway, oh, forget that. But look at this, and then, I don't know how well you're going to be able to see this. But if you look at this mustache, this one is clearly thicker and it's wavy, and the curl of it is entirely different. And it was, and I lost this part. So a lot of times I'll keep this front part just to remember or to look at how they did it. But this was a Santa Claus mustache. These are adorable, made up. So I'm going to take white. I got this from the grocery store to melt. And I'm putting in the orange flavored dried cranberries from Trader Joe's. And I'm going to hull these pistachios. So it's going to be pistachios with the orange, cranberry with white. It is delicious. Now I will say, the white is, for me, I like it much better than the chocolate, the dark chocolate. So what I'm doing right now is I am heating up my Chocolate Pro, and this is not being endorsed by Wilton or anything. This is just what I have, but I love it. Okay, now you can melt this particular kind, or any for that matter, in the microwave, but I'm choosing to put it into my Chocolate Pro. And you can get this with your coupon, and I got this at Joann's, and at the time I think it was $24, and I had a 50% off. It's well worth it, especially if you do any kind of candy making. These are kind of a yellowish. They're not the white. I prefer the white chocolate, but this is going to have to do because it said white shell, which it clearly is not white. It looks like a cream. In the mold, I'm going to use my straws I got from the Dollar Tree. When I made these before, and what I'll do is I will put the video of the ones I made a couple years ago so you can see what it looks like with the really white chocolate, and you can get it. It's called, oh, I can't remember. What is it? It's not just, it doesn't say just white. It says something else, but it's a really, really white, which is so pretty with these particular molds. But we'll do what we can with what we have. So I will be back as soon as I get all of my pistachios cracked. And the reason I do this, guys, is this little bag is perfect, and it's not as expensive as the big bags. Anyway, I'm going to go ahead and get these all ready to go, get all my stuff ready, and then when the chocolate's melted, I'll bring you back. Okay, guys, what I did is I hulled the pistachios, and I want to show you. Okay, what I do is I put them on some wax paper, all right? And then I put the wax paper, fold it over, and I take a tablespoon and I crunch them down, okay? But you have then the ability to go as light or as hard as you want, meaning if you don't want it really pulverized and more of a bite to it in your candy, you have that option by doing it with a spoon. Now, look at how pretty. Look how green. I don't know if that shows up on camera right. Beautiful green. Okay, so then, let me do this a little bit more. I want little pieces. Now, with this chocolate that I got, it's not rendering much. Not like the bags would, so I'm not going to be able to make as much, guys. So, I do want to make those mustaches as much as I can, and I don't know that I'm going to be able to come back on and do a follow-up. So I'm going to do the best I can. I may not be able to do the packages, but that's not a big deal because, like I said, I'm going to put down in with this at the end of this video what I did a couple years ago with packages, and you'll be able to see that. But I really want you to see these mustaches because they are so cute. I might be able to, because putting the pistachios and the dried cranberries give it a little bit more bulk. So we'll see. Okay. All right, so there's that. And then let's get out the cranberries. It's such a pretty candy. When I have my ornament parties, I always make this, and you display it really pretty. All right, so now let's put in our mixture. Oh, it looks so pretty. I love the way this looks. Such a pretty presentation for candy. And that white chocolate with that, just that little bit of tartness from the, cranberries, and then the saltiness from the pistachios. Oh my gosh, so good. I don't want those big pieces in there. They're too big. Okay, I'm done. So now I'm just going to fill up the molds. I'll show you that. But look, do you see? It's so pretty. And I'll tell you, when you have that real white chocolate, really this color chocolate doesn't do it justice. But that's okay. Use what you have. Okay, so I'm going to put... I might have enough for a couple packages. Let me bring it down a little bit. I want you to see more of what I'm... And then you have to kind of watch, because now that you've got stuff in there, you just kind of have to help it along a little bit. And I didn't cut up the cranberries, so gotta kind of make sure all your chocolate is mixed in with them. When these are dry, I'll show you what they look like on the other side. And then I pop these in the freezer for about 5 minutes. And then they're ready to be popped out, so you can make more. I didn't buy an extra mold of this. I wished I would have now, because it can go a lot quicker if you have more than one mold. These are really cute too, if you're having a party. Yeah, I will have enough for a couple packages, guys. And the straws make it too, you know? You get some cute straws. And make sure you get it against the mold everywhere, because you don't want to go to all this trouble and then have a little bit of the mold not filled up. Bella, what are you doing? Do you want to go out? Okay, now let's put the straws. And the thing with, like, when you have something in your chocolate, like pistachios and cranberries, you got to make sure that that straw gets anchored in there. I'll put a little bit more chocolate on top of this straw. Okay, we're almost ready to pop them in the freezer. Now just a tiny bit on top of that straw. Make sure that's anchored in good. Okay. Okay, so see how I put the chocolate where it's covering some of the straw, so when that freezes up, it'll be perfect. Okay, we're going to pop this in the freezer and I'll be back. All right, let's do a couple packages. I've got to heat this up again just so there's a little bit more fluid. What's nice about this Chocolate Pro is it has the heat and then it has the warm, so you're not scorching your chocolate. Again, even I've had this so long that the handle broke off, and that's okay, I don't care about that. But gosh, I've had this probably 15 years. So the new ones now are probably even nicer. I don't know, but it has served me very well. And if you do a lot of candy making or parties where you do things like this, I highly recommend it, because I've done it both ways. When I worked at the store at Valentine's Day, this is what we used to use, okay? But boxes and boxes of it, because as you can see, it really doesn't go that far. So actually, I don't know why they, to me, it would be a loss of money, but no, whatever. Anyway, I used to do the chocolate covered strawberries, and we would make them into bouquets at the grocery store, and those sold like hotcakes every single year, every year. I mean, we couldn't keep up. We had a whole station, and we had a lot of these and the candy and the strawberries, and then the big plastic, like, you know, you'd put the roses in. And I'm telling you, the guys would come in. That was the #1 thing they would get, are those strawberries. They were such a good seller, still are. The grocery stores still do it. But, man, I'll tell you, kept you hopping, that's for sure. Okay, I think I'm going to do a couple of the long ones and one of the shorter ones. I'd like to do a couple more mustaches with this if I could, but I do want to show you how pretty these look when they're done. The bag of chocolate that you can get from Joann's or Michael's or Hobby Lobby, you get more chocolate than what you do in that little container, that's for sure. But I was at the grocery store and I saw it, and I thought, you know what, I'll just go ahead and pick it up. And like for baby showers and bridal showers, things of that nature, I have a chocolate fountain, and even with that I would still make chocolate covered strawberries and make a tree and put strawberries on it, you know, styrofoam. And I have a video of that in my baby shower that I threw for my daughter, and you can see it in there. Do one more of these. It'll give you enough where you get the idea and how what I put them in. I think I should have enough for 2 more mustaches, actually. Last year I took one over to my granddaughter. Oh my gosh, she loved it. Okay, I'm going to put those in the freezer. Okay, they are out of the freezer, and I've got what I want to display them in or on, which is one of these little beautiful plastic, which look like glass if you didn't know it was plastic, cupcake stand. And this I've had for years. Got these at where I worked, and they had crazy straws in them, but I'm going to put some wax paper to bring these straws up so you can see them better, and that's what I'm going to put my mustaches in. When you're making something pretty, you want the presentation to be just as nice. So I'm going to just take some wax paper and put it down in. That way the straws can stand up a lot higher. So let's pop these out. Oh, and this is, I wanted to show you what they look like when they're in the mold. And there they are. These are so pretty. And they pop out of that mold beautifully. And then if you want to take these somewhere, you can always get the little cellophane bags and put the cellophane and then tie it with some red or green ribbon. I'm going to make a couple more. But how cute is that? I just love them. I think they are adorable. So hopefully I can get at least 2 more. And if you want, so they can stick up just right, and I'm not going to do it now, but you could take a little bit of styrofoam. Let me get up here. So you could get a piece of styrofoam, okay, and cut it, and then you could kind of just put these in to where they stay just exactly how you want them. But now let's go ahead before I pour. Well, you know what? No, I'm going to do it this way. And then for the boxes, I'm going to put them in these little candy cups or baking cups, whatever. Don't know how well the long ones will be, but we'll see. And then I'll put these on this little stand. And again, I'll show you in that other video how I displayed them a couple years ago, and it was entirely different than this. Sure, they're pretty. Just gonna set it up there like that. The square ones are pretty too. And there you go. So here are some of your square candies and your mustaches. And what you could do is you could get some kind of greenery or picks if you want and put in here, or put a little bit of holly around here, you know, if you wanted to spruce it up a little bit more. Totally up to you. But what I'm going to do now is I am going to fill up another round of these mustaches, put in there, and I'll show you when I'm done. Okay guys, let me show you where I displayed this, and I'm going to do a video, a standalone on my bar cart, but I just wanted to show you where these ended up, are my Cocoa Sweet Treat bar for Christmas. What I did is I just put some candy canes into this cup, and then I put all of the mustaches, and I got 5 out of that. So that's where I put that. And then down here, I just put a little pick on this red cupcake stand. And here are the packages. And they're in their little baking / candy cups. So I think those turned out really cute. And just the way that you embellish even your treats take on a whole new life. I thought I would share where I put these. And until next time, remember, the world's a better place because you're in it. Don't ever, ever forget that. Talk to you soon, guys. Bye.